last 10 years, I have interacted with thousands of students aspiring for different exams. Almost all of them have some common queries or doubts in their mind. In this presentation, I will try to answer few of those frequently asked questions which are related to CFTRI exam. There are many questions in the mind of the students. To give them a structure, I have tried to bucket them into 4 categories. Those questions which are related to CFTRI course and the future. Those questions which are related to the exam process. Those questions which are related to exam preparation. And any other burning questions, and which was part of the question and answer session. So let's begin with those questions which are related to CFTRI M.Sc course. Does CFTRI give MSc or MTech degree? Answer is CFTRI provides only MSc in food technology degree. Another question is, what is the comparison between MTech food technology and MSc food technology from CFTRI? Is it okay to do MSc after BTech? Uh, you need MTech degree only when you want to do your PhD in some technology subject. There are certain institutes who provide PhD in technology. For that, MTech degree is required. But from the job perspective, I don't think it matters. The brand of CFTRI is stronger than the degree it provides. The knowledge you gain there covers a good amount of engineering also. And there are many students, even my batchmates, who completed their master thesis in food engineering department of CFTRI. If you are interested in technology, if you are interested in engineering, you have ample of opportunity in CFTRI campus. I would like to give an example of IIM Ahmedabad, which is a very big brand in management course. But it doesn't provide master's degree. Rather, it provides a diploma. But you know, the power of the diploma from IIM Ahmedabad, the value of that diploma is far stronger and valuable than any other master's degree in management from any other colleges. Is it okay to do MSc after BTech? As I mentioned, it is the brand CFTRI which matters. It's not MSc and MTech. By the way, I have also done BTech in food science and then opted for MSc in CFTRI. Another doubt which is there in the mind of student is it valuable to take a break for CFTRI exam? Answer to this question will depend on many factors. Like, are you having a job offer currently? Are you having an admission offer from other institute? What is the financial condition of your family? See, there has been cases where students have joined CFTRI after a break of 1 or 2 years, but during that time they were engaged somewhere, either doing some job or doing their PG from any other institute. See, technically speaking, preparation of CFTRI doesn't need 12 months of time because the syllabus are so vast that you cannot complete it even in 12 months also. So my recommendation would be, don't leave any current opportunity just to sit at home and prepare for CFTRI. Next question is related to campus placement. What are the campus placement and job opportunities after doing MSc from CFTRI? Unlike many other institutes, CFTRI has an organized campus placement process. In most of the batches, students are 100% placed through campus recruitment or are placed within 1 or 2 months of their completion of degree. Most of the time, it has been noticed that those students who are choosy about company, department or location, They are placed off campus through their contacts. Big and renowned MNCs and big Indian food giants come for the placement. Salary, location, department varies from company to company. Currently, on an average, student gets 6 to 7 lakhs per annum. Few batches have seen salary as high as 14 to 15 lakhs. Next common question is, what is the number of seats? And is it true that there is one seat for one state? Currently, CFTRI intake capacity is 30 per batch, and one seat for one state is no more there. It was there 5 to 6 years back. The seats are distributed as per the central government reservation policy. There is a seat for army professional within that 30 seats only. There is a seat for industry sponsored candidates, and there is also a seat for central government employees, and these all are part of that 30 seats only. Let's go to the next section where the questions are related to the exam process. First question in this section is graduation marks also important for getting into CFTRI, or what to do if the candidate is worried about his or her CGPA? Yes, graduation marks are equally important in CFTRI. There is 50-50 weightage. I think last year it was 60-40 weightage. We need to wait for notification for 2020 to see what is the weightage this year. But graduation marks has always been important to get admission in CFTRI. Whether you should worry or not, let me answer that part. If your CGPA is lesser, is not that much high as 90%, you have to worry to work hard. You have to give an extra push to compete with your competitor. It's not that tough also. Let me give you a simple arithmetic calculation. Suppose candidate A is having 90% marks in his or her graduation, and candidate B is having 80% marks. If you take 50-50% weightage, the 80% marks candidate 80% marks will become 40, and 90% marks will become 45. So the person with 80% marks will have to write 5 extra question, have to write 5 extra right answer to compete with those candidates who are having 90% marks. So if you are having lower marks, don't worry about it, but become more determined to give your best in the entrance exam. What is the exam pattern, exam syllabus, and how many subjects we need to study? Exam pattern is MCQs type. Few years back there were few questions on essay writing also, but for last 5 to 6 years they are in MCQs only. You have to wait for exam notification to find the exam syllabus, but till last year whatever the syllabus was there, you can find it in my book Objective Food Science, and it has not changed for many years. There are 11 subjects in that syllabus. All those subjects are very wide, but you need not to worry much about it. In 2016 they started online exam. In 2017 they conducted exam through online only. I think in 18 they went to offline exam, and in 2019 again they started online exam. So this year whether it will be online or offline, it is difficult to say until unless their notification comes. But based on the current situation where social distancing is going to become a norm, I think they will go for online exam, because with online exam, the candidates will be distributed across the centers, and they will be able to maintain the social distancing. But this is my speculation. It can be wrong also. Next common question is it true that one should have studied mathematics in 12th for getting into CFTRI? Answer is no. It is not required. Next question is, when and where can we get the application form? Generally, they publish the application form in last week of April. Exam takes place in first or second week of July, and admission starts from second or third week of August. But because of the COVID situation, everything has got delayed. So we can only just wait till the notification comes. Next question is, what is the expected date for the examination? As I mentioned in my earlier slide, that exams generally takes place in month of July, but this time because of COVID everything has got delayed, so just we have to wait for the notification. Let's move to the next section, which is very critical, and it is related to exam preparation. The next frequently asked question is, where could I get the previous year's entrance exam questions? See, CFTRI doesn't allow anyone to take question paper out of the examination hall, but you can find memory based questions in my book Objective Food Science. You can buy this book for online from Flipkart or Amazon. Let me talk about these memory based questions. What are they? See, after exam, few students write down all the questions and share with me. Whatever they remember, they write it down and share with me. I did it same in 2005 when I shared with my college juniors. But in 2006 when I wrote this book, the questions which I inherited from my seniors, the question which I shared with my juniors, I added those questions in my book, and since then it has become a trend. Every year all students share the questions options with me, and I incorporate those questions as memory based questions in my book. These questions might not be exactly worded as it was in exam. The options might not be exactly same, and you may not find all 100 questions there. In that case, the next doubt or the question which you might come is how to read or interpret this previous year's questions. These previous year's questions give you an idea about the distribution of questions from different subjects, the depth of the questions, the width of the topics which they generally touch. You should not read these previous year's papers as another set of question bank. Rather, read them to make strategy for your entrance exam. Like my observation is, CFTRI doesn't distribute questions evenly from all the subjects. Interestingly, every year emphasis on one subject is more than other, and this subject varies from year to year. And this is one example of how to interpret the previous year's paper. Next question is, which topic should I focus and which book should I consult for CFTRI entrance exam? Based on my experience and based on my interaction, I suggest following books. You should follow NCRT book for 11 and 12th for physics, chemistry, biology and mathematics. You can refer to C.R. Kantwa's agriculture, S.N. Gupta's horticulture, Anju Khosla's home science, And for MCQ practice, you can follow my book, Objective Food Science. These are the books which are very fundamental, and if you have not studied those subjects, you can refer them. The biggest dilemma in everyone's mind is how to study so many subjects like physics, chemistry, mathematics, agriculture, horticulture, home science, especially if the candidate is not from that background, if the candidate has not studied those subjects in their student life. We know that there are 11 subjects in CFTRI syllabus, and interestingly, all these subjects are degree course in itself. And it is really impossible for anyone to read all those subjects in 2 to 3 months' time. But at the same time, we also know that there are people from different graduation background who apply for the CFTRI Entrance Exam. For example, in this webinar, we have about 350 to 400 people who have registered. And if we look into the background or graduation background of those people, they are from different fields. Majority are from food science and technology, but people are there from agriculture, biotechnology, horticulture, home science, general science as well. So there must be some strategy to qualify CFTRI exam. Let me talk about those things. So each of you are from different background. So each of you will have some strength and some weakness. And based on my interaction with the students, I have made this heat map, or you can say it a kind of map of your strengths or weaknesses on different subjects based on your graduation. So if you see, a food technology graduate may struggle in agriculture subject. Agriculture student might find mathematics a little tougher. A home science graduate may find horticulture subject little harder. So in that case, what we should do? So we should not worry about it, because if you see in the below graph, in the below table, each and every graduate have strength in 6 to 7 subjects, or they have weakness in 3 to 4 subjects. So you have to focus on your strength rather spending time on your weakness subject. If you are a food science graduate, you should focus on physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics, microbiology, biochemistry and nutrition, and food technology, because in your entire student life you have studied at least this subject once. Even if you start studying agriculture, horticulture, home science now, the probability of covering all the subject is 0, and probability of getting the question which you have studied is very less. So let's focus on your strength part only. And mind it, as I said, everyone has their weaknesses in 3 to 4 subjects. So everyone will leave few questions in their exam or will not be able to attempt those questions correctly. Let me continue with my theory on focusing on strength and not on weakness. And this I have got inspired from a book which is called Strength Finder by Tom Rath. I will not ask you to read this book where you have to read already you have to read about 11 subjects, but let me give you a summary of it. This book talks about focusing on strength, and there is again an arithmetic explanation for it. Suppose if you have a strength in a particular subject, a particular thing, if you spend less amount on it, the outcome will be more. For example, if you have a if you have a strength of 7 out of 10 score, and if you spend 10 hours on it, so outcome will be 70. If your strength on a particular thing is 3 out of 10 and you spend 10 hours on it, outcome will be 30. So it's better to spend equal amount on your strength to get maximum output than to spend your time on your weaknesses. So this is general theory, and I am following it in my life. I request you, if you can try it, this will be beneficial for you to prepare not only for this exam, for anything in your life. The next question is about the difficulty level of the exam, and should the candidate study the in depth or just the basics. So it is general observation that CFTRI tests the basics because we have to write in 11 subjects, but the difficulty level is a little bit subjective as we are talking about 11 different subjects. Let me explain you why I said that difficulty level is a subjective topic. Look into these pictures. One girl is cycling, one person is operating a mobile phone, one person is driving a car, Professor Sahasrabuddhe is writing with both the hands, and a person is juggling. Now think on it, whether these activities are difficult or easy. The person who is doing juggling, this task may be easy for him, but it may be very tough for him. For Professor Sahasrabuddhe, writing with both the hands may be a very easy thing, but I think for almost all of us it will be a very difficult task. For all of us, riding a cycle or operating a mobile phone will be an easier task. But if you ask your uh, grandfathers, grandparents to operate on the smartphone, they might find it a little bit difficult. So it is a very subjective thing. If you practice it, if you know about it, then it is easy. If you don't know about that subject, if you have not practiced those subjects, it becomes tough for you. Let me explain it again by taking some examples, question-based examples. Consider the following questions. Who determines the minimum support price in India? This is a very basic question from agriculture. Maize belongs to which family? It is again a basic question from horticulture. Xanthan gum is used in food as a, again it is a basic question from food science. At what height from the Earth's surface the acceleration of gravity will be half the value of g at the surface? Very fundamental numerical from physics. Evaluate following indefinite integral, and this is the basic question from integration, the calculus part of mathematics, and marionettes are also called. This is from home science. I am sure all of you might not have the answers for all the questions. Each of you must each of you will miss one or two questions surely because you are from different background. That's why even the basic questions from other subject looks tougher for you. So forget about the toughness or or the easiness of the question paper. Again, I will repeat, focus on the strength, focus on the core subjects which you have studied in your student life. The next question is, should I attempt all the questions in entrance exam? See, till last year, there was no negative marking in the exam. So my suggestion would be, uh, with your best guesses, you should attempt all the questions. Who knows, one or two guesses may become right also. But if this year they introduce negative marking question, then don't attempt all the questions. You should be very, very careful about it. So we are into the last section of our webinar, which is any burning questions, or we can call it as a question answer session. So I have answered few questions which have been asked in the webinar time. Further, if you have any question, you can put it into the comment box in this YouTube channel. One of the interesting question is how to stay focused or motivated during study. I know it is a very difficult time when you are preparing for exam, especially in this COVID situation. You have to be focused. You have to be positive. Just think on the end goal, what you want to achieve in your life. Right now, you want to crack CFTRI exam. Make this thought of cracking CFTRI exam as a motivator for you. Be focused, be positive. See, everyone needs to be competitive in life. Everybody should aim at winning a race, but it should be a healthy competition. Let me explain you what is this healthy competition. I want to win every race, but by running faster than my competitor, not by pushing them or by pulling them. So this is healthy competition. Let's play together, let's run together, and those who has the right capability or capacity, that person will win the race. But I want to win the race by running faster, by working harder, by practicing more and more. How you can follow this healthy competition and help each other? As all of you are added to WhatsApp group, try to utilize this as a online group study thing. As I mentioned that everyone has some strength and weaknesses. If a person is from agriculture background, he must be knowing what are the basic questions of agriculture. Let him share those questions on weekly basis and let everyone learn from them. In spite of going through 500 pages of fundamentals of agriculture book, why don't agriculture graduate come forward and provide their fellow mates the basic information about agriculture? If a person is from food science, if that person knows about mathematics, let him come forward and talk about basics and fundamental of mathematics. Give the agriculture or horticulture graduate that confidence, that fundamental knowledge that he or she can also solve those mathematical questions. Why don't we come forward and follow the principle of divide and conquer? Divide the study load among ourselves and conquer the seat of CFTRI. After this distribution of activity, those candidates who have the right capability to to learn those things and to perform well in the exam, he or she will qualify exam. This will be a healthy competition, which I am suggesting all of you to be positive and to be focused for this exam preparation. And the last question is, what if we don't qualify CFTRI exam? Friends, CFTRI is not the end of any career of food technologist. Yes, it is one of the premier institutes in India which provides you a brand. But if you don't qualify it, it's not the end. There are about 1,000 to 1,200 students who apply for this course every year, and only there are 30 seats. Doesn't mean that remaining people they have a dark career or dark future. No, it's not the truth. If you go and look into the food industries, there are many food technologists working, but all of them are not from food technologists from CFTRI. They are from different colleges. Even if I take example of my company, I am working with Mondelez, and we have a big strength of 150 people working there in R&D center. And out of that 150 people in R&D center, I guess about 75 to 80 people are food technologists. And out of that 75 and 80 people, only 25 to 30 are from CFTRI. Remaining are from ICT Mumbai, they are from SLIT Sangrur, they are from NIFTEM, they are from LIT, they are from Jadavpur University. So CFTRI is not the end. Right now, focus for CFTRI exam. But if you don't qualify, don't lose your heart. Be positive, be focused. That's all from my side. Apart from this, if you have any question, you can put in the chat box and we'll try to answer those questions. Thank you.